Now let's take a look at our map. So the map, you can either open a map that you've built already, and we'll talk a little bit about this in the future, or we can open a new map. So just for fun, let's go to 41 West 5, just around the Red Deer area. Now, I want to show you a couple of things. First of all, there is an Arcust map where we put up layers that you guys have indicated are important. You access that map by clicking on this arrow, and then you can see some of these other maps that are available to you. Just to let you know, the Arcust Mercator is similar to the Western Canada Mercator, except it doesn't have some of the flyover capabilities that your Arcust map does, and it doesn't have your layers attached. And it's nice and squared up for presentation purposes, so that everything's not skewed. However, if you need the true to the curvature of the Earth map for the purposes of what you're doing, you can either use the British Columbia, Quick Map Alberta 5.6, Quick Map Alberta 4.5, the Saskatchewan, or the Manitoba. This is an old version of the map that will be discontinued fairly quickly, and then USA-Canadian border. But anyway, like I say, we're interested mostly in the Arcust Mercator map. So we find 41 West 5, view map, and it'll launch a separate window that you can work from. Now again, similar to the other homepage area, these are drop-down menus, Microsoft look and feel, fairly easy to navigate. Things will be grayed out, however, if there's nothing selected off the map, right? But as well, we have a number of icons that allow you to do various functions. And again, if you mouse over, they give you an indication of what this functionality is all about. We'll walk through some of these things just right now. You've got launch a new map, open a map that you've worked on already, save a map that you've worked on already to a local file so you can access it again in the future, print the map, selector, and you can also select by rectangle, radius, polygon, or land, which I'll show you a little bit more. Go to. This is if you already have your map set up with a certain configuration and you want to go to a new area but you don't want to launch a brand new map, you can use this. This is your pan, so you can sort of adjust what's going on here. This is your zoom in, so if you're interested you can zoom in, and that will adjust the map accordingly. This is a zoom out, so this will push it out a certain range. So you zoom out again. Say you make a mistake, this will take you back to your Western Canada. Say you make a mistake and hit the Western Canada view, as I did there. You can hit this, zoom previous, it will take you back to your previous view. This allows you to drop text on the map, so just find where you're interested in putting the text and then you can just place it there. If you want to do lines, points, or polygons, this is where you have that functionality here. Lines, boom, boom, double click. Points, whoops. Let's do a point now. We won't do points, but I'll just show you quickly with polygon. For a polygon, you start in one place, click once, go to your next corner, click again, go to your next corner, click again, go to your second last corner, click again, then double click, and you'll notice that in this particular configuration, this layer is sort of drowning out everything that's behind it. So you can click on your select tool, click on the layer, and then you can say, okay, push that layer, send it to the back, to the bottom. So boom, now you've got your polygon showing up on the map, and you can see the wells associated with that polygon as well. This also allows you to remove selected annotation layers. This gives you the ability to come in and edit some of your annotation layers. So in the instance of our text, for example, we can say, okay, well actually that's not quite big enough. I'd like to kick that up to 18. Let's talk about these final 5 or so icons. This is a ruler. Again, on a Mercator map, these are not going to be true to distance, but there's potential for a bit of error. The quick maps are better if you're doing that kind of work. You've got your buffer selections, which allows you to highlight wells on the map. You've got your filter your map elements. You can take things on or off your maps. Posting data beside, searching for wells, lands, or pipelines with certain characteristics, bubble mapping, and stop function. So let's just play with some of this stuff. Let's say you want to find all the wells where the status contains pumping on this map. So okay. We find out, oh, we've got 126 wells in this area where pumping is in the status. Let's say now you want to highlight those wells. Let's say we'll call this, make this blue, we'll make this a little bit thicker. We'll give 0.25 for miles. We'll call this pumping wells. And then we go presto, hit OK. And now you've got all those wells highlighted on the map. Okay? Some of the other things you can do, you'll notice on the side too that you've got it as a separate layer that you can turn on or off. Let's say you want to do a quick bubble map of those wells, so you go production. You can do advanced as well, but I won't spend a lot of time on that right now. We'll say, okay, we want a maximum width of 15, edge width of 4, oil, gas, water, no condensate, thank you. You go okay. And it'll bring up all the areas. So gas is relative to other gas. Oil is relative to other oil. Again, if you want, you can turn off the pumping well layer so you get a more accurate view of what's going on. Gives you a sense though of some of the bigger producers. If you mouse over it, there's a little bit of data associated with that well that comes up on the pop-up. And now as well that you can post data. So let's say, okay, show me the wells. Show me operator beside those wells. Actually, first I'll show you something else. Now maybe we've clicked on the map and we've lost our selection. You can go back to select well list and that'll re-highlight all the wells that you had selected before. You can see how they're kind of showing up as selected there. And now you can say, okay, post operator next to the selected wells. So boom, you can see that again. You can manage some of that in your annotation manager. And again, it comes up as an entry on the side. But let's say you want to get rid of certain layers. Again, you can go to map layers. You can select all the layers you're interested in removing, delete, and you're back to square one.